What it do, yo? What's up? Can I?
Just getting them good.
That is very nasty, Fee baby. I was gonna say in the Holy Ghost.
What it do, ho? What's up? The
Did I
Holy
say
Ghost?
ho, or is that what you thought you heard me say? Ooh.
Run that back.
Ah!
Run that back. Run it.
Because I said, what it do,
Let me see
yo?
if you
What's
can
up?
run it. Girl, I mean, you can't run it. Run it.
Stop. Go away. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
Like I was saying, podcast with your girl.
Fee Baby.
Invested. Throw the one out there for you.
Yeah, just a little mix up there. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully y'all had a great week, a great weekend.
It's been a couple weeks since we checked in, but hey,
yes,
life just keeps lifing.
It does, but things are great, We missed last week because I bought a house and shit and just had a lot going on.
It's official.
Yes. We're currently recording in new house, so we'll see how this sounds afterwards.
New house alert.
Facts. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hey, and are you on my side?
I know. Now it doesn't take 80 hours to get to each other.
Exactly. How lit?
I know.
How lit?
I know. And then a couple years, I'll be further away, though.
That's what's up. How lit?
I cannot stand
you. It's Black History Month, guys.
Yes, it is.
We late, but it's Black History Month.
February 2022.
Yes, the 222.
Yes, I feel like it started off good for the most part. Just keep it on pushing, keep it on moving. Hopefully, the world doesn't do stupid stuff during any month, but especially this one. We just want to relax this month, y'all.
Yeah. At the top of February, actually, what is it? How many days are in January?
31.
31. Why do people just know that? I have no idea how many days are in each month. Nonetheless, I just know they alternate, but I don't know which month is which. I just like, last month was 31. Next one's gonna be 30. But apparently each month.
I don't think that's accurate though.
Yeah.
Are you sure every month alternate?
Yeah, with the exception of February. Jackass. With the exception of the month that we're in.
Mm-hmm,
but January 31st it was announced. I didn't realize.
How many months? Hold on. How many days are in July?
I just told you. I don't know.
I'm about to ask because I don't believe this.
They alternate. It's 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31.
Hey Siri, how many days in July?
Here's what I found from Wikipedia.org.
That's wrong.
July is the 7th month of the year between June and August in the Julian and Gregorian calendars.
This motherfucker did not answer your question. He was telling me I'm wrong. He didn't answer your
31
question.
days.
Okay.
And August has 31 days. I know that for a fact.
Let me look.
That's what I was like, hold on, what?
Please hold. Because something, math's not mathing. And if so,
2 plus 2 equal 4.
I've been lied to all my life if that's the case. So let's see. All right. March got 31. Okay, April got 30. May got 31. June got 30. July got 31. August. Why did they do that?
Uh-huh.
Because then August has 31, and then September has 30, and then October has 31, November has 30, December has 31.
I don't know. But I was like, that's not right because I knew for a fact August had 31. And I'm quite sure my birth month has 31, but I could have been wrong. That's why I asked.
More frequently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months got 31 days. That's crazy. You know what? My whole life, I've just been lied to.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going
I remember there was like a knuckle thing you could do, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, yeah.
That was a thing back in the day. Maybe y'all know. I have no idea.
Only thing I know to do with my fingers is the 9 times table. So that's about it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something total different. That's not all you know how to do with your fingers.
When it comes to math, it is. Nonetheless, January 31st. So I didn't realize there were additional cases that were going to come in relation to Ahmaud Arbery's murder. Apparently, in addition to the charges that were brought against him, Travis McMichael and I think his father as well.
The
Travis
two that
McMichael, who
got
actually pulled the gun and shot him, are going up for charges for hate crimes, and they were going to try to plea out. And they had reached a agreement with the prosecutor, but the judge was like, "Nah, I'm not accepting any type of plea deal on this. We take y'all."
What a judge is?
It's a different. It's a female. It's a different judge than the one who presided over the last one.
And she said, "Nah."
She was like, "I'm not taking. Y'all not pleading this out. Y'all taking this to trial."
Ooh, judge get flowers, bitch. What judge is this? Let me look
I had no idea that they were gonna have.
I didn't know that either.
Separate. I thought all that was handled all in one, but I guess not. So we'll.
Yeah, I think it's separate things for hate crime. I didn't know they were doing the hate crime one.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's completely separate from. I don't really know how it all works. Like I said, I thought all of it would have been addressed in one trial, but I guess not.
I think it's because they're two separate things. Like,
I guess so, because I guess the other guy wasn't.
Who is this federal judge?
Because there's three people who were involved. I think only one of them is being tried for the hate crimes. But you know what? They had that entire thing set when they were questioning him about his reasonings as to why he was going after Ahmaud in the first place. So, and now he tried to change and finesse it the entire trial when his dumbass put himself on stand like a true fucking dummy. Huh?
They're always stupid when they do that.
Anytime they put themselves on trial, you might as well go ahead and just hang it up.
U.S. District Judge Lisa Goodby Wood said she was not comfortable with the sentencing guidelines.
Even though they already got a whole bunch of time, and they probably gonna die with the sentencing. I think.
No, but you need to have all of it, so it sets an example for any of the other motherfuckers that want to go out there. Go ahead, beat them.
And I wonder if it's the same prosecution for the prosecution that was handled the initial trial, because I wouldn't think that they would let him plea out if it's the same prosecution that won on the first trial that went around. I'd be interested to see what exactly is going to happen with that. But that's good. It shows that especially pleas work various different ways. People unfortunately have to plead guilty when it comes to crimes they haven't committed, in order to not get worse sentencing at trial. But then also people use the plea system to flip it and to get better sentences of things that they know they're guilty of versus going to trial and getting worse sentences. So I'm glad that she took that tool they were trying to use from them.
How many years they get?
They got, I don't remember. They got a lot of time because they were found guilty on multiple counts. So they got a lot of time.
I remember we talked about it. I just don't remember.
And I think the judge that was presiding, I think he gave them. Oh no, I don't think they did the sentencing. I think they did. They just did the convictions. They haven't done the actual sentencing part yet. I don't think.
So maybe they're waiting for this.
Yeah. So more to come on that.
Damn.
Definitely more to come
Y'all
on that.
gonna be locked under the jail. Oh well.
Yes, child. Did you hear about Janet Jackson? She released like a 4-hour documentary, like a docuseries.
I heard about it. I did not watch it. I know that a lot of the older people, like I can't say in my family, but a lot of older people like that I follow on Instagram or TikTok or anything. A lot of them like dressed up in old like Janet Jackson outfits and everything. And they were like, yeah. So I didn't know it was 4 hours, but I do remember seeing that. And I heard something about JD treating her like super terrible.
Yeah.
And him cheating. And I'm like, well, that's Janet and you JD.
But you know what's crazy? And this is something that I think, so along with, what is the Fresh Fit podcast? The two guys who had Asian Doll on it, and they were making comments towards her. And
that dude that would have got popped in his mouth.
Yeah. So he had made a statement. So he went. He had Brittany Renner on his podcast, and she was talking about her future and getting with someone, wanting to be a high valued man, and wanting to have the white picket fence, the family.
Who is it?
The person who's saying they want this is Brittany Renner. The girl who had the kid with the younger basketball player. So he was like, when he was talking to her, the guy from the Fresh Fit podcast, he was saying any man of high value, you do not have the option. You have to accept that your man is going to be unfaithful to you. That automatically off the top comes with dealing with a man who is high value or in those like circles that they're gonna be dealing with multiple women because first he said the majority of these men who have this money did not get this type of attention at all. Were like nerds, unattractive, or whatever in their younger years, so never got women's attention. And then of course with money comes that attention and men not wanting to limit their options. So I find that very interesting, especially when you see situations like Janet Jackson being cheated on, when you see Beyonce being cheated on. And of course we know that this is not every relationship, especially high profile, that happens, but it's like when, women of the ordinary kind, who aren't in the spotlight get cheated on, they're like, well damn, if Beyonce or Janet gets cheated on, what's stop somebody from cheating on me?
The person that you with.
Exactly.
That's the person you with. It stops them from cheating. It's them themselves. So it's not because you're a high valued woman, if you want to put it, or a famous woman or whatever. It's the person that you're with.
Yeah.
Either they're gonna cheat or they're not. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not because they have value. Men and women both cheat.
Yeah. I just think it's so wild to me that you can have somebody who is like one of the most sought after people, like is held to this high esteem, like does so much, is from all purposes of what everybody else knows, like a really like good person, and you take that from them when you're unfaithful to them.
Absolutely.
That was just, I was like, JD, you still unattractive. Like there's still, if it won't for the money, if it won't for the talent, young man.
Basically. But I didn't know he treated her like that. That just sounds terrible. I don't understand why people do that.
Yeah, people get caught up in the lifestyle and the money and the options, and thinking also because they have those statuses that people won't leave them. That they can do what they want and they can abuse people. And abuse comes in many forms, whether that's mental, physical, emotional, and they just think they can treat people however because of who they are and their status.
Yeah.
It's very
I'm glad she left that situation. People crazy. I don't get it. Just why? What's the point?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the docuseries myself. Those are just some things that had came out. But I heard someone saying that they were a very big, like, avid Janet fan, but were disappointed by the docuseries. They feel like it didn't touch on things that, like, people who were, like, crazy fans of hers didn't already know. So, like, someone who, like, maybe surface knew Janet may not have known some of the things in the documentary, but, like, people who were, like, diehard Janet fans, she didn't really dive deeper into things
Some
in
things
her life.
just are kept secret.
For sure.
Because I remember there was a whole rumor, I don't know if it's been cleared up or not, about her having a child previously, like when she was younger.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't know about that. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't remember what I was watching. I think it was when maybe people were talking about the docuseries coming out, and then someone had mentioned that may be in there, or they hope that it's in there to get more information. But again, it could just be hearsay or something. But it was about her having a child when she was younger with her first husband.
Didn't she have her first child here recently?
That's what the big question mark is. Because technically, if she had a previous child, that ain't her first.
Right.
But the first child that everyone knows of is the one she had with, I think, her husband. What was he from?
Oh, he was a billionaire.
But I think he's from. He wasn't
Middle Eastern, maybe.
Yes, I don't remember, but yes, something of that nature. But apparently, there was her first husband from way back in the day, or maybe she was like 19 or something. She married him. They were only married for a little bit, and then they got divorced. She ended up pregnant. That is what was. Again, I don't even remember where I got this from. So this all could be fake news.
I wonder if, I mean, obviously I don't know much about any of the other siblings, but I wonder if the child that you do know about has a relationship with Michael's kids.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, because apparently they just had like their first appearance together. What is that? Paris.
Oh, the children.
Yeah, Paris. I don't know if he still goes by Blanket, and then Michael Jr. But nonetheless,
Aren't all these children Caucasian?
Paris looks kind of has like that ambiguous look to her. Like you can, she's Paris is definitely not. I don't think she's. Their mothers are supposedly white, but I don't think Paris is completely white. She might have white, but there's just she has like more of an olive skin tone, and the way her eyes. I don't believe she is, and even the youngest one, his hair and his skin tone. The oldest one, he looks like he might be like called like white, but he still has his features are still a little interesting. But like his hair and skin complexion appeared to be white, but the other two, like between their skin complexion and their hair, not sure. I wonder what the other. I wonder like what. Well, no, that'd be a different combination. So I don't know. They recently came out a resurfaced clip talking about what is it, vitiligo. It's a skin pigment disorder that Michael had a couple interviews about, and they did show photos showing like blotchiness of his skin and where he would try to like do makeup to have it even out. I wonder if that was the truth behind what he was dealing with, and if there were some other things that he was dealing with privately that kind of may have had that transition happen faster than what biology was having it occur for him.
Probably. Well,
so yeah, I thought that was
interesting. Janet Jackson. Well,
since
we're talking about babies.
Yeah, because COVID has brought a whole slew of things.
For a fact.
And literally 3 pregnancies were announced on the same day. And I want to say this was yes, all 3 of the ones that we're about to mention were all discussed on the same day. And I know I initially wrote this out. They announced this between Monday and Tuesday. It was February 1st. February 1st, all 3 of these pregnancies were announced.
So Black people, y'all just announced the pregnancies on the first day of Black History Month.
Gifting Black History Month with these announcements. Making sure the month starts off right.
All right. So obviously we got Riri. Hers was because there was rumors floating, but no confirmation. And then she said, "Fuck it, baby bump."
Oh, she had a little cute. What is that? Reveal photo shoot
with her in the boob.
ASAP Rocky.
I know Drake said it.
I know all the men she's been with said that billionaire guy she was with before, the billionaire guy she was with before for I don't know how many years.
But yeah, Drake out of all of them though.
I'm sure.
Drake is hurt. Why not me?
Y'all been over forever. You can let that go. Y'all been over for a long time.
He wanted it with Reed.
Everyone said that though. Everyone, the moment she announced she was pregnant, it's like Drake's in the corner punching air somewhere.
Oh, baby. Baby. He was on the first flight. He was like, "This is a lie." He had to see it for himself.
What I think is so special about their pregnancy, and not to take away from anybody else's, but I think it's so uncommon to see in the industry now where this being both of their first child. And I just think that that's something kind of special to where you two can, again, we love blended families, but, there's also space to appreciate blended families and, first time parents. I think that's something special to navigate that space together for the first time.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the industry, it's so uncommon to see it be their first child together. So I think that's pretty cool. She looks relatively far along, somewhere between maybe 5-6 months.
But she about to bop. She about to pop.
She's got a beautiful belly too. A very pretty belly.
So I'm excited for them.
I heard there was an article that came out mentioning they might go get married in Barbados here soon. Interesting, right? Again, neither of them been married either. I think that's pretty special.
Well, I don't think it counts over here though. Do it count?
If they get married in Barbados? I guess maybe it depends on who they get married by and if they get a license here. So, they can have the wedding in Barbados. Yeah, so.
I didn't know if they were just doing it over there like a thing and then.
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, I wonder how that would work, especially.
I know that if you go anywhere outside of the U of the S of the A, you have to have a. You have to for it to be known here. You have to get the license here.
Sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So normally people get the license first, and then they will have the wedding. Whenever they have the wedding.
Right.
But they're rich enough; they could probably get a license the same day and fly and have the wedding the same goddamn day.
I wonder
Most
what
people
type
don't
of
do that.
ceremony they'll have. It'll be like.
I hope
Small,
it will
just
probably be very
them.
beautiful.
Oh.
I want to come, Riri. Invite me, please.
So we definitely not getting no music for a while now. I just got to keep that on hold some more.
It's gonna be a baby crying.
Because you definitely know she about to go on. I really feel like we're not gonna be seeing a lot of her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she has that kid, that baby's she's gonna have it on lockdown, and she's gonna be.
And I love that for
focused.
them. Focus on the baby and not all what people about to do, say, be here, all that shit.
Yeah. Well,
And focus on being healthy.
That too. That's definitely important. But yeah, moving from that couple's announcement.
And we got a whole nother couple.
Miss DeBrat and the real BB Judy. Yes, BB Judy. So they just announced that they're expecting. And
Who's
then
having?
BB Judy is, if I'm based on the post that I saw, I believe BB Judy is the one who's carrying.
I can see that.
And I think that's so awesome. I think something else that's really cool about this couple is that when you're in whether it be gay, lesbian relationship, in order to have kids, you have to be very intentional. It's not,
accidental.
Outside of, fertility issues, when it comes to heterosexual relationships, you have to plan those.
Yeah.
It's not, on a whim. It's not by accident. And it's not just simple planning, because there's a lot of money that has to go into that as well. So I think that's awesome as well, because you sit and you have those conversations, and like so when you're talking about being intentional, you really plan what you want to do with that person out. It's not always become pregnant. And again, that's not what happens to everybody, but it's not always become pregnant. How do we adjust our lives to this? It's we want this. This is where our 5, 10 rest of our lives plan is. I want to have a child with you. Let's plan and put the things in motion in order to do so.
Well, that's how heterosexual should be.
It is. It is.
Because, baby, if it ever happens to me, it will be planned and intentional, Lord.
That's the thing that I feel like sometimes, not unfortunate, but I think it's something that's kind of taken away from, lesbian and gay relationships, is that they don't have the ability to
just accidentally have it.
Or just be such an easy decision to make and to execute, essentially.
Yeah.
So, but congratulations to them. That's awesome. And I think that's both. I don't think the real BB Judy has any kids. DeBrat doesn't have any.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool too, for them to embark on that as well together.
Well, congratulations, y'all.
Absolutely.
And of course, to top it all off, this one individual. This
so
is
parents
like
not entering into first time parent.
Yeah, not first time at all. I think it's like his 25th one.
Yeesh.
If I raised the 2 at the 5. Nick Cannon with his 8th child, which is a boy.
Yes.
Which is something, because as y'all know, I think we talked about it. He lost his child, the one prior to this one.
Zen.
Yes. And he was just a couple months old, right? I believe.
I think maximum he was maybe like.
Yeah, he was a couple. I don't think he was a year old.
He was still a baby.
Yeah. So a couple months old, and he lost that child, and he is having another child a boy with another lady. But I forgot what I was listening to, but he was talking about like how he actually found this out when his previous baby Zen was going through everything they were going through, that he found out, but he just didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to take away from the everything going on with Zen. And so it was just very interesting.
So layered with that, right? So I could see, so he had his whole entire conversation on his show with what exactly you just said. And then he had to turn around and walk back everything he said because Zen's mother
Mhm.
was not particularly happy that her son was being mentioned in the same, like her son's name was coming up in the conversation at all. Um, and I could see also where she's coming from. I think Nick is oversharing a lot. Um, some of the things that he says, while yes, it's his truth, he also has to understand he's speaking other people's truths as well, and what people may or may not have already dealt with, especially with the death of her son still being so fresh.
Mhm.
And then him talking about, not only it being a boy, but, dealing with the emotions of having a child on the way while just losing one. And it's like right after he went back on the show and was doing like this apology essentially towards Zen mother about it. And in that same statement he was making, he was like oversharing again. Like, I guess the conversations that they were having, I'm like, you just don't get it. Like,
So she was upset because I heard some of it, but then I had to go in somewhere, so I didn't really hear. So she was upset because he shared what?
essentially, like, she didn't feel it was appropriate for her son's death to be a part of the conversation, or it that they weren't mutually exclusive to where you couldn't talk about one without talking about the other. Like, you can announce your baby that you have on the way and discuss that. You don't have to bring Zen into it, or like all the fans were saying the same thing, like, oh my gosh, that must be so painful for you to know that he has a son on the way when your son just passed, and announcing the birth of a child when yours just passed. Like, she's like, my son doesn't have to be part of that conversation. You can have the conversation about him having his child without bringing mine into it, essentially, is where she was getting at. And I mean, I get that, I guess. Again, haven't experienced that, but especially with something that's so fresh, I could understand like not wanting to have people start drawing comparisons with kids.
They still would have even if you didn't mention
Yes, yes, 'cause that was my initial
it.
thought.
They absolutely would have, because that's the first thing that came to my mind before I even heard the thing. When I heard that Nick Cannon had a child, I was like, "Damn, did he just lose one?" But that's again just my obviously, regardless, he lost a child, and it still is his child that he can talk about. So.
And with this other odd information came that apparently he was talking to his therapist, and I guess
About
it's
celibacy.
yeah, and
Mhm.
apparently he decided to take a vow of celibacy before he found out that the woman who's pregnant now was carrying his child.
Mhm.
And so now he is going to venture into a world of celibacy.
Well, I think he backtracked on that because based on what I heard the other day, he said, "What's the point of that now?" I don't know if he was joking, but
Uh-huh.
he might have been joking. I think he was talking to, was it Charlemagne?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It was on something. I've been super busy, so some of these facts could be all mingled in together. But I remember him saying that when someone said, "Well, I don't understand. I thought you were." Yes, it was Charlemagne. He said, "I don't understand. I thought you were celibate." And he said, "I had that conversation with my therapist, and that was before I found out that you." So he had technically the baby was already on the baby was cooking at that point, and that's when he found out. So I don't know if he ever did this celibacy thing when he had the conversation, but the baby was already in its works at that point. So I don't know if he ever did celibacy. And then they were like, "Well, are you going to do it?" And he said, "What's the point now?"
I wonder what the method is behind having
18 children.
this many children.
Mm-hmm.
While the conversation is always he has the money to, that is great. Money is not all that it takes to raise a child and have a healthy.
I don't think he had a father.
Huh?
I don't believe he had a father.
I think it has something. Something tells me he was diagnosed with a disease.
He did. He was.
And that is what
A key part in case he passes his sibling. I mean, his children have people.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
But I'm trying to, because he says he's very present, but you can be there for birthdays, but you're not. It's not like you can do weekends with them. It's not Like
He may have like a schedule. I have no idea.
I don't.
But
see that
he
being
may
the
have.
case.
I'm quite sure it's not every single weekend, but I'm quite sure that he probably has a schedule to see them. I don't think it's just birthdays. I don't foresee him being the person, but obviously I also don't know him. But I think that he does other things outside of like birthdays and holidays.
I'm just trying to
And
imagine how you'd be a present father to eight.
Eight
Two of them
children.
being with one mother, but how could you be as present of a father as a child requires with having that many other siblings?
Well, nowadays you got FaceTime, but even without the being present, he just works a fucking lot.
And a
So
lot of
even
these
without
women, it
that,
doesn't
I
look
don't
like
even
there's
know.
a relationship with any of them. You don't even find out about him being with these women until they're pregnant.
I don't think that they are. Based on what he said in his talk was that the mothers are what is it? The mothers allow the children to be in each other's lives. So I think that's his main concern. I don't think he cares about it.
So
I don't say he doesn't think, but I think that his main thing is that if something was to occur to him, that the children are still able to have a relationship. And so that's his thing now, is making sure that the children all see each other and know that they have a family.
But like, what about the children seeing a healthy and functioning and loving relationship with their parents? You can have an amicable relationship is very separate and apart from a
Mhm.
loving relationship. And how do they understand how to model that? I'm saying because what he's doing is intentional. That's where my questions are coming from.
I don't think that they care about that. And that would have to be on both ends, not just on one, because y'all, the women sleeping with him, obviously know that he has
Absolutely.
7 other children. So you have the 8th, you can't be upset.
That
And
is
y'all
true
also
as
know what
well.
y'all relationship is when y'all fucking, which is fucking. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, on both of them, it would be that's not something they're trying to model. I think the only person he modeled that with was Mariah until they whatever happened. But that was the only person that even to this day, I think he said before, like if they were like, "Would you ever get married again?" He was like, "That's not for me. But if I was to get married, it would be with Mariah again." So I think that's the only one that he actually had that relationship with.
I wonder what really was the demise of that relationship and what caused them to divorce.
I don't know. I don't think they ever really talked about it. If they did, I have zero idea. So I don't know. It could just be the age difference. It could be the working. I don't know. Nick Cannon works a fucking lot. So even if he only had 2 children, just with Mariah, it'd probably be a little bit different. But if he had 3 children, 2 with Mariah and 1 with another, I still don't like. He works. He does so fucking much.
Yeah.
So I can't say that he's there as a father. I believe that he definitely, if something was to happen, he's gonna be there. I believe that when they call, he answers. But he's not the in person. So I don't know.
I wonder how long his talk show, and it's as bad as it sounds, the timing of his talk show premiering and all that's going on in his personal life is impeccable. I'm just going to say that. It's very unfortunate that his son passed, and then now he's having another son behind that one. But the timing of that aligning with him getting his own talk show is quite crazy.
Well, those things take also time. I don't know.
It's just, and so I wonder what the longevity of his show is going to look like as well, because that's where he's essentially all this information is being processed through is his talk show.
Yeah. I don't know, because I remember he had a podcast. Did he have a podcast?
He did. He had an interview, like a podcast interview.
Yeah.
Type.
So, but then people were mad about that when all the other stuff happened. But then that's when Wild 'N Out got canceled and it got bad because they knew they was losing a lot of goddamn money with that show. So, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really watch talk shows, so the only thing that I've ever watched on the Nick Cannon talk show was a little clip, and that was only because someone said that he was swinging.
Oh, and that was crazy. Before the death of Zen, that was one of the first things that kind of touched off his like new talk show, was that he wore these pants that were rather form fitting,
baby,
very tailored, and that
it was under tailored, bitch. That shit was not the right size. He a large. They put him in a schmeedum.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about what the scenes felt like when he sat down. Like,
Baby!
they were busting.
Busting. You're busting. But you're getting the hair. Brata. And that's why everybody, like, we understand why he got 18 goddamn children. Because he be shooting.
Well, I remember on one of his talk shows, he says he don't like toys. He don't like competition in the bedroom. He feels like toys is bedrooms.
Oh, I think that came up a little bit ago.
And he says if he does not want to feel like he's in competition with a toy, and so he doesn't like toys in the bedroom. Also, that was kind of interesting for a man who is populating as much as he is. Like, is this an ego thing at the same time?
Or it could be he know what he's doing and God bless him.
Okay.
I have no idea. Maybe God bless him with this. And, well, y'all can't see me. I'm pointing to my mouth with that emblem. And if God, there's very few people that God has blessed with, you know, all of the equipment needed to satisfy a woman or women's.
But to say you don't use it because you're intimidated by
it, that could just be maybe at one point a girl pointed out to him that he wasn't doing what he needed to do and said, "Bring out the toy," because that has happened to people in the world.
Okay, the eyeballs feel like you've had this conversation with somebody. The eyeballs are telling things.
Some people feel a certain way about that. Most men would. I'm not gonna say a lot. Most men would feel a way if a woman is telling you, "Hey, you know you're good, but I want to bring a toy." Or they don't have to do that. Sometimes men just, because of either what they've been told or heard or whatever, on a TV show, on porn, on anything, that means that you're less masculine. It's a lot that I think goes into it. So he could just feel like, I'm not doing, they don't want to stop. I'm not doing my job if you do that. But that could not be it. Maybe it's just she want to do a waterfall that night, and maybe you like hitting something, but you ain't hitting it. And if you just use this little toy and do a buzz right there, she gonna fall apart. It could just, it's just not that. If she says she wants to use it every time, even for me as a being that I am, I would probably question that. But if it's sometimes, I don't see a problem with it. But if it's every single time, then yeah, you probably wanna you ain't doing something. That's up front. I'm being upfront with y'all out there in the world. If a female or even a male, unless you know he has something going on in that region, if they're like, hey, you know, I want to use toys, blah blah blah, then I feel like there's something wrong and there's something deeper, and y'all need to discuss that. Yeah. Okay. But sometimes ain't nothing wrong with it, because baby, I do. What the fuck?
Okay. So speaking of couples, one that we had discussed that had broken up and are now back together is Jada Wada and Lil Baby.
Who the fuck is Jada?
So Jada, she's an influencer. She does much more now, but I think that's how I initially was introduced to her. I think she's like,
I thought Lil Baby was talking to what's her name?
That's the thing.
Sweetie. Okay.
So he started talking to Sweetie after they broke up. Lil Baby and Jada had been together for like a minute. And then not too long after they confirmed their split, that's when he was photographed with Sweetie. And what's interesting is Jada had did an interview talking about that. Like, I already knew that was going on before it even hit the internet. And then the interviewer had asked her if she would get back with Lil Baby. And she was like, no, we still have like a lot of growing and work we need to do on with one another. There's just, you know, things that were done like disrespectfully in the relationship that need to be checked and changed before we're back together. Baby, that was maybe a couple weeks ago. It's maybe a month ago. And they're back together.
So I wonder if he what was need to be checked and changed is checked and changed.
It can't be, not that fast, because he was just dealing with Sweetie not so long ago. And that in itself, because, you know, that was the exchange that Quavo and everything had. And they were subtweeting each other. Where Quavo was like, you know, Lil Baby, you want to switch, you know, hit a switch. And that's when Jada liked that post. So obviously that y'all haven't.
Petty.
And not enough for y'all to be in the spotlight announcing to people, because they're now on social media. So y'all haven't, even if y'all done some. It's not enough in private before y'all start bringing everyone into y'all's mix like that. There's just no way for that to be the case. So I mean, hopefully y'all still continue to work it out, even though y'all are in. Because I feel like having other people in your business makes it more difficult to kind of home in and focus in that way.
Usually it does.
Right. But, hopefully y'all continue to work it because y'all be some people's goals, not mine's. But y'all be lots of people's goals. So, just try to.
I don't think any couple out there is my goal. I want a healthy relationship. I don't know which one that is.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think, like, is there a couple out there that's in the spotlight that I'm like, yeah, that's it? I can't even think of one.
Yeah, nothing immediately comes to mind. But then again, I can't think of nobody as a whole period. I can't think of no relationships I do or don't want right now. And ain't no relationships coming to mind at all right now.
The only one that came to mind was Barack, but I don't know what that shit is. So that's why I said, yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And the spotlight look good, but behind closed doors, what is it?
Oh, yeah, like a Sierra and a Russell.
Nope.
You don't want that?
Nah.
What about it is not for your life?
There are things that I absolutely love. Like I feel like they communicate well and it's real cute. But I don't know. I just feel like no, it's just something I just don't know. I can't put a pin on it. But obviously I don't know them. But it's just like when I see them on TV, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's fake. Maybe that's it. And sometimes I'm like, oh, that looks genuine. But then sometimes I'm like, why does it look so fake to me? And it could just, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Touche.
But hopefully all that love is true. I love that he has accepted her first son as his own. That right there on top gave you 1 billion points. Because a lot of men don't do that.
Future son, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Poor baby Future.
But really, that right there gives you 1 billion points off that. And it doesn't seem that he treats that child any different.
Right.
That's the point. Like you can accept, and I put quotation around that, another person's child, but do you treat them different? You can say, yes, right. I know that's your child or that's our child, but do you actually treat them the way that you treat your children together or whatever it could be?
Right.
That's where a lot of men and women fail when they're with someone else. And that's the problem. Because I wish it would. I wish would. And so I love that. And it seems that he really is into her. I don't know. It's just something I just can't pinpoint.
Well, speaking of Russell Wilson.
Oh, they're pregnant again.
Quarterbacks.
Oh.
Tom Brady.
No.
He's retiring. Do you have any opinion on that?
Don't care.
Well, that wraps up that part.
What about you?
Oh, I don't give a damn. I don't watch football, so it don't matter to me.
I watch football. He's great and all, but he's not caring. But since we are talking about football, they are now moving all the Super Bowl games to Texas starting next year.
Permanently?
Yep.
Excuse me, why?
Because
excuse me.
They bless you. I was waiting for you to finish. Thought you were done.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Appreciate you.
Because it's a what is the word I'm looking for? It's pettiness, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's petty, but they moving it to the Texas Stadium. The reason behind it is that because of the teams, they're having it right now in LA, and I don't believe don't quote me. Hold on, let me double check. Because the team that I wanted to go to the Super Bowl ain't going, and so it messed me up. Like I don't really care. I'm obviously still gonna watch it, but it made me very mad. So it's the LA Rams versus the Bengals. It's gonna be an interesting game, but so they don't want the game to happen in a place where like the LA Rams versus the Bengals is happening in LA.
Yes.
So, but Bengals fans are obviously going to be there. So you can tell if something was to occur with LA Rams didn't win, and you have Bengals people there, the
conflict that could potentially arise
will most likely arise. Yes, most likely not. So it's just some fans are crazy.
But has that happened frequently where that's the case and that trends in the direction that happens every year?
I think because this, based on what I recall, is this is the second year in a row where it's happened where the home team is having the game in their home, and I believe that they're afraid of any certain things occurring.
That doesn't quite make sense to me at all. Does Texas not? Well, first of all,
Texas is Cowboys, and so they're trying to be petty, saying Cowboys ain't never going to make it to the Super Bowl. That was the point of that. In my head, is what it was. That hurt me because the Cowboys is my team, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." And I said, "I hope next year they fucking win, bitches."
But got nothing to worry about,
baby.
Sugar.
I was
but my thing is, it takes away income from these other
They still have regular games, just not the Super Bowl.
That's still huge income. That I guarantee you, LA's getting hell of money off of that.
Absolutely, but.
No, there's something else behind it.
It probably is, but they ain't gonna tell us all that.
There's a money move behind that.
Absolutely. I'm quite sure because, 100%. But Texas is the oh my god, sorry.
Is what, Football Central?
I don't say Football Central, but America's team is what they call them.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's what some people call them, I should say.
Well,
so I guess that
we win that.
And Texas is.
Yeah, I think there's something definitely more.
Sure.
There's definitely way more behind that because that makes absolutely no sense. Because it hasn't been like that. So.
Don't know why, but
makes sense for them to say, well, you know what? Moving forward, all of them will occur in one place.
Yeah.
There's definitely a money motivation.
I believe that it is confirmed. I remember it being a talk, but I believe that it is confirmed.
Gotcha.
So I don't care about either of those teams. So whoever wins is whatever. I wanted the fucking Chiefs to win, and that game pissed me the fuck off. Oh my god! I don't know if y'all football watchers out there. That shit pissed me off. I don't know if y'all were pissed off, but it pissed me off so bad. Like I just didn't want to talk to nobody for a while. But that night, I was like, just get out my face. I accidentally punched T'Challa. But it was an accident.
No.
I jumped up. No, and it wasn't even
an accident.
It was. They were in OT.
That's animal abuse.
But it really was an accident. No, it was an OT, and the other team got to choose if they wanted heads or tails, and they chose heads. And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna get the ball first. Usually they get the ball first. The team that gets the ball first wins. Mm-hmm. And it flipped to tails. I was so fucking excited. I jumped up because that means the Chiefs get the ball first, which I was like, we're fucking going to the Super Bowl. So I jumped up and I was like, oh my god, we got fucking tails. And I hit down and T'Challa had ran over because I jumped up and I didn't know it and I hit him. He just looked at me and I said, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I just rubbed on him and gave him a treat and said, so, but it really was, he wasn't there at first. Like I literally hopped up and was like, yes. Like, you know how you punch the air, but I punched down and it was, I felt bad.
You should.
I felt real bad. I gave him a treat, everything. Gave him a couple treats. I was like, I'm so sorry.
You should feel bad. You ain't shit.
Whatever. It was on accident. But I was very excited. And then they just did stupid shit and they didn't win. Oh, that shit pissed me off so bad. Anyways, we're going to get off football. But I'm excited for the Super Bowl. That's next weekend. This week. Hold on.
Sunday, yeah. That's coming Sunday.
Yes, it's this weekend. So I'm excited because
you hosting here?
Who played? I mean, who's doing the halftime? Snoop Dogg and them. Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Dr. Dre.
Oh shit.
So I feel like it's gonna be at least something bumping. So I'm excited. I'm thinking about hosting if things are together. So there's that.
All right, well, just let me know what time to come over.
If you bring us it, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm gonna cook and pay for everything. Hell no, you know better. You can bring something.
All right, let me know. That's
you
right.
Never watch no goddamn game.
I watch it. I ain't doing no cheering shit and hopping off the counters and punching dogs. But I watch it. I can understand the game.
Go.
I've had to watch it previously when other people would watch it and force me to watch it. So
You said force you. That sounds terrible.
yes, like in like previous relationships, you know,
They forced you to watch it.
they're not gonna watch the game.
So that doesn't force you to watch it with
So they
them.
would have it on at the house. I would just sit there and watch it with them, or we go out on Sunday night and watch it at the bar. You know, just do it just to be inclusive. But it wasn't something I ever wanted to do. I just was like, all right, I'm here for the atmosphere. Because the way people react to football just blows me. Like the shit when you punch out a dog. Punching a dog is pretty excessive celebration.
It was his fault. He came into my line of air.
I don't think a dog needs to get a concussion.
It was an accident. I would obviously never hit my baby like that. I felt so bad. Like I rubbed him for a long time.
Oh, poor baby.
And I was like, oh my God, I was just rubbing him. And I was like, I'm gonna take you for a walk.
Poor baby.
I
Poor
felt
baby.
so bad. But he was fine. I gave him a treat. He ate it and was chilling. And I made sure to check on him, make sure I didn't really knock his ass out. Like, damn.
Hey, he's concussed.
Yeah, and then made sure, gave him some nice water. Said, relax. It's okay.
Oh my. Well, another face off that we have coming up is a new versus.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander. I was gonna say Alexander Hamilton.
Take her away, everyone. No.
Not this Black History Month. You will not.
No, this bitch said Alexander. Alexander who?
Anthony Hamilton. No, Alexander Hamilton. Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child.
I'm rolling. Well, it depends, because they're starting to include not just stuff that they're singing no more, stuff that they penned on, produced.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's going to be the same thing with them as well. But I love me some Music Soul Child.
They both high.
Love me some Music Soul Child.
They both high. I can't really say I'm gonna watch it.
I think is it tomorrow? Today is Monday. I think they're doing it. They're performing tomorrow, Tuesday, on the 8th. Tomorrow's the 8th, I think.
Yeah. When was the last verses?
I didn't watch it. It was like I think it was 2 old school performers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely didn't watch it. It was music I wasn't very familiar with.
Okay.
But it was like the old heads was in love with it.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the last one was, but the old heads was
In love with it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one that I'll actually like. I'm trying to remember the last one I did listen to. I don't even know. The last one I can remember is Trina and Eve, but I don't know if that was the last one.
Soulja Boy and Bow Wow were after that, I think.
I thought it was before that. But I don't know.
Well, there's that.
I have no idea. But yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. You know. Are you gonna watch it?
I may.
It's all good now.
Tomorrow, I ain't gonna do tomorrow. I might
You
turn on.
do. Come over here and help me put together this other thing.
Bitch!
Or you can help me tonight.
Bitch, put what thing together?
The other one.
The other show?
Yeah.
Why is it when someone buys a house, automatically you got responsibilities?
That's what friends do.
Well, I got. You better be so happy. I was about to say, what'd you put together at mine? But I ain't had nothing I really had to put together at mine.
And you didn't ask me, bitch. If you would have asked me, or I may have volunteered. I don't even remember when you moved in, to be honest. But so many people moved and shit. I don't know.
I don't care about nobody else. I'm talking about me right now.
Mm-hmm. Bitch, when did you move in? Because the other day
August?
you was like, it was August of, and you had to think about that shit. Because your ass didn't even know.
August of 2020. 2020.
2020? Oh, she been there a year or some change. Oh, it don't feel like that.
It don't, right?
I really thought it was last year.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
COVID time is like, zap shit.
Zap don't have no kids with babies.
Child. No, thank you. I'm good with what I got.
If you was to get pregnant right now.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Don't you dare say that shit. Don't you motherfucking dare. Relax your mind, body, and soul right now. Relax it. Absolutely not. I'm not drinking none of the water. All my friends are drinking. I'm good.
Oh, bitch, you exclude me, ho.
You are, for one, you already got one.
Facts.
I don't need none. I'm cool with being the friend that ain't got one. I'm real cool with that.
For now.
Mind your business.
Mhm.
Mind your damn, my mama
Mhm.
told me to tell you.
To
Mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch.
What's your short little bit? One nipple having ass back. Crooked ass motherfucking back.
Like I ain't. Oh hey. Yeah, that. Say I'm cool with the fur babies. I got my Luna, and that's all I need at this
I
point.
got a fur baby too. I got two babies. I got a son, and he furry too.
Aww.
And I got a dog, and he definitely furry.
Little T'Challa just looks so well rested. I'm like,
He was over there, legs up in the earth, not down.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you sleep so weird.
That's Huskies. Legs just sprawled open. Sometimes they look like they breaking their necks.
Yeah. Like,
Ain't that right? But yeah, child. So,
talking about sucking dick.
yeah. While we on the topic.
Oh, you was on the topic.
While we on the topic.
What topic was you on?
I mean, that's how babies happen.
Not sucking dick.
What? But it's usually not just sucking dick. There's some other things that
Well, some people don't do
with.
that, and they still have babies. So explain how babies occur. I don't know.
You suck dick, they ejaculate in your mouth, you have trope babies. Trope baby.
Throw her away, y'all. Throw her all the way away. What?
Why are you slowly you're slowly unraveling that statement? And there's different levels of disappointment in me.
Because I was going through and I was like, stupid.
You're like, bitch.
Stupid. What? Go away. Throw her all the feet. You're thrown away.
Keep me.
No, throw
forever
her away.
in your
We don't
heart.
want her no more. Take her away. So apparently there's a video, or I didn't see the video, but there was an article in relation to a paint and sip. And a girl was performing a certain act,
sucking dick,
upon a gentleman, and people turned around and saw her, performing said act.
So wait, you saw the post I sent you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That picture, the first one, is him standing up.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, they're literally in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He won't naked.
Oh, he won't? He looked like his shirt was off.
No, I swear to God.
Oh, maybe he did.
I'm about to run this post back. Hold up.
Maybe I saw it wrong.
Hold up.
I thought he was shirtless.
It was dimly lit, but not that dimly lit. There was enough light.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think this man. Oh, I thought that was a hoodie. That was just balloons on his back. Maybe.
What?
No, because there's an arch on the back. I thought the behind him there was a hood coming off of his shoulder, like a hoodie, but that's like a balloon. I can't. It's hard to tell, but apparently there's a full video of this woman just sucking this man's dick in the middle of the paint and sip.
I want to see the video.
Not the part of the table that's closest to the wall, but the part of the table is closest to the open floor.
I can't tell if he got a shirt on or not.
Yeah, I can't either.
When I first looked, I thought he was definitely shirtless.
What? So let's take this. Let's do this in layers, right?
Okay.
So first of all, what would you do if you're just a fellow painter there, and you see that happen? Let's say you're the girl sitting next to the woman sucking dick. What do you, or even the woman sitting across from the woman?
I would prefer to be the woman sitting across from her.
Okay.
So I can see what she's doing.
Got it. So we just gonna act like nothing's happening. We just gonna go business as usual. And
I don't know her, right?
No, and this layers. This one.
She ain't got shit to do with me. I'm gonna be like, girl, you better go ahead.
Absolutely not.
And then I'll put up my camera and be like, girl. I probably would have if my best friend were there, I most likely would have FaceTimed her and be like, bitch, look at this shit.
Absolutely not.
Bitch, look at this shit. But if she got back to my table, like, girl, you need to go wash your mouth.
No.
Because maybe they know each other. Maybe that's her. Is that the model?
They don't know each other.
But how do we know that?
They said that. That's not her man.
Who said that?
People.
Who is people?
Girl, why do you always do this?
Because how we know?
They said people who was talking about it. They said that they didn't know each other.
But how do we know that? I could be there and say, no, they didn't know each other. He just walked up. But it could be a whole fantasy thing that she wanted to play out, and that's her man or a dude she fucking, her fuck buddy, and they played it out. So how do we know that she don't know him?
I'm operating based on what it was said. She know this man. She met this man.
It was a fantasy that they wanted to do, and they did it. If not, and she decided to suck on a wang wang in front of people, that's on her. I don't know this bit.
I did not sign up for that. I'm gonna find me a bar. I'm gonna find me the bathroom.
Bitch, I would have been
until
weak.
they're done.
I would have
Absolutely not.
been weak. I'd have stayed there like, God damn.
No, this gonna gross me out. No, she's gonna sit her ass back at the table and start drinking out the cups. Start putting her hands all over stuff.
Her hands ain't got to do with her mouth giving head.
You know she got her hands down there working it too.
Some people do, some people don't. But yes,
But
she can go wash her hands and say, girl, you need to go to the bathroom.
I'm good. I need to be a little bit more time and
As long as she ain't on my
visual distance.
Oh no, I don't give a
From
fuck.
that.
Ain't got shit to do with me. I'ma watch. I'm like, girl, you ain't doing it good enough. What you doing? Do it better. If you gonna show out, bitch, you supposed to show out.
Got it. No.
If you in the middle of the floor, you need to show out. If you gonna do it like you at home and you tired and you be working an 18-hour shift, go do it in the corner where nobody can see. Other than that, ain't got shit to do with me. You ain't gonna touch my drink or my food or my shit because I will fuck you up. But no, after that, have fun, baby. Do you? Maybe she want to live out a fantasy. Some people have different type of fantasies.
Okay.
So maybe that's hers. She wanted to suck a dick in front of a crowd. Where there are actual places for that in DC and other places in the world. But that was something. I don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what if that's your friend? Not me. What if that's your
Nah.
me.
You're the only person
I
here.
should set
So,
that record straight.
so if it was you,
You said, what did you say before that? I'm the only one that what?
you're the only one here. So bitch, I'm using you.
Nah,
If it was-
usually I don't have hypothetical friends.
If it was you, no. If it was any of my friends, I would absolutely be like, damn, they drugged her? Or him or whoever?
Yes.
Absolutely. And I would have yanked her or his head back. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck you doing? And they be like, something. And I'm like, do you know this motherfucker? Or like, what's happening? And if the answer is no, I'm like, if you don't get your fucking ass up, I'm gonna whoop your ass right over here. Whoop your ass while his thing is in your mouth. If you don't get the fuck over here. And then I would have left and been very upset and embarrassed and said, if you're gonna do that shit, do it in a motherfucking bathroom where nobody can see you. Do not do that shit with me over here. Okay?
Absolutely.
But other than that, I don't give a fuck. If my friend would have said, yeah, I know him. We planned this. I'm like, I still don't believe you should do this in the middle of the floor. And I'm going to eject you from said position.
Eject you.
And you can continue this out in a car or some shit. God damn.
Child.
What would you do? So in both scenarios, what
If
you
it
doing?
was you, stop like, I need to know what type of time you on right now. I need
What type of time are you on? Do I need to give you time? Because if I do, I just need to walk away for a little bit. 'Cause I will not stand witness to this. Girl, it would never happen.
But if we did not go into this with an understanding, V, get your ass up. What is you doing?
No.
Ma'am, it's time to go.
No.
We got to go.
It would never happen.
Nah, you want to hypothetical my ass into this
Yeah,
shit.
but I'm saying it would never happen
Yeah.
for either of the people that I believe.
Like, you got to go home.
Yeah,
Come on,
no.
baby. We're going to lay you down on the couch somewhere.
Apparently something in my
Away
drink.
from
That's
this
why I
man.
said
Away from this man.
something is in my drink.
I'm taking this glass with me to the feds.
Eh?
And V, come with me.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Something in the drink. ASAP.
ASAP Rocky.
Ace, but fat. It's Rocky. Fat.
Shut up.
Yeah, nah. Absolutely not.
Mm.
People crazy. But I really would have thought, like, if one of y'all was doing that, I absolutely would be like, they drugged them. Oh my God, am I
That is
going to be
just
next? And that's probably what I would have thought.
That's just so, like,
I really want to see the video. I'm going to go look it up. Hopefully they didn't delete it yet.
send it to me if you find it. I'm not going to go look for it, but if you find it, send it to me.
No, I'm not going to send it to you.
You're going to send it to me.
You
if
should have
find
did the
it.
research and found it because we're talking about it.
You know what?
No.
When you found Mr. Whatchamacallit's video, you definitely sent it to me.
Who's that?
Hitman.
Ha!
Holla. You definitely sent me that when you found it. I ain't asked for that one.
Did we talk about that before or after? We talked about that after I sent you the video.
Yeah. So
We're talking about it already, so it's different.
I'm pretty sure if you find that video, you're gonna send it to me.
No, I'll ask Aaron.
I'm pretty sure if you find it. Come on.
Anyways, so you know.
So I think paint and slurp.
Paint and slurp, y'all.
Slurp. What type you like? Cherry, Coca-Cola.
Or cream soda.
Pina colada. Ayo.
Take it away.
Just air high five myself because it was that good.
She on drugs, y'all. Let me take your drink. Let me take your ice cream because that's what it was. Lord Jesus, they put something in her ice cream, guys.
The sugar got me.
The sugar got you on sugar high, Lord.
Child, you can't give me no sugars, Lord. You
Uh,
can't give me sugars. That's why I just be snacking on like salty stuff and chips. The sugar be getting me. Sugar gets me. So yeah. That wraps up, kind of bringing us back up to speed from the shit that we missed.
Facts.
I think there'll be some more to come. I definitely want to talk about Kim and Kanye, but I think there's gonna be more that occurs that I'd probably want to wait until next week to get on that, because there's been a lot going on publicly as they're starting to transition from being one and into two separate individuals. But I think there's gonna
Oh my God. So I'm sorry you brought it up. I had to bring it up for 1 second.
Huh?
You hear about Kanye buying Birkin bags for his girlfriend and her friends?
I thought she had like a birthday. I didn't realize he bought them all those bags.
Apparently that's what was said.
Oh.
He bought the Birkin bags for her and her friends, and the only person that have one was the black girl. But we're gonna confirm it,
I did,
and then we're gonna discuss it further.
So I didn't realize he bought them, but I do recall seeing a video of them all taking a photo with the bags. I do remember. I can't remember if I do remember them being very fair skinned, so they could have all been white. I do remember her standing on the outside of the group, and I don't recall her holding a bag.
She did. So I thought that was interesting. So we're going to wait and get facts and come back with y'all.
Who you going to fact check? Who's your inside scoop? Who you going to ask?
The interwebs. The interwebs. But I'm saying we're going to revisit it because it was something that, like an article that came up about it. So maybe some more information will come up and we can discuss it further. But if not, and he bought everybody but the black girl one, you already on my list, so that gets you lower. Like, what type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? But anyways, move forward. What were you about to say?
Yeah. So we gonna recap on that next week. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more content between now and then because shit's just blowing up with that. But we'll get to that next week. So something that was I thought like a couple different. I selectively deal with like horoscopes. Like I don't pay attention to the day-to-day ones, but I kind of invest on like, so I guess the horoscope is the day-to-day and the astrology piece is just like the zodiac signs, I think. But I was looking at one of the pages that I follow and it was like, have you ever noticed that men quite typically don't believe in astrology? And why do you think that is?
I can't say that I believe in it, so I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, we've had discussions about like signs.
Girl, I don't know. I only know
we've definitely had a conversation about signs. I think our first, we've had at least 2 podcasts discussing
about but I don't know. I don't know many of them. I know yours because you're my friend. I know mine because it's obviously mine. I know my son's because it's the same as mine. And the only other one I know is because of I dated several of them and I looked it up after I dated a couple of them and was like, is this a pattern or something with these people? And I realized that a particular sign is not meant for me. And whenever they say that sign, I'm usually hesitant on talking to them further, like if I'm on a dating app or anything. Because I don't usually just ask, like, hey, are you a blah, blah, blah. But if they ask me, then I will ask them. But other than that, I normally just don't. So I don't I don't know how to answer that. Most men just because I think most men just go based off of looks and what they
Tangible
yeah.
facts,
So then they
based.
don't really go through the signs. I think a woman that is really into that type of thing, that's what she's gonna go based off of. Even if the person, I'm not gonna say it's ugly, because she's still gonna have to have some physical attraction.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, if they're not like fine like she is used to or whatever, she may still give that person a chance if they are the sign that is supposed to be the sign she's supposed to be in love with or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But a man don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, I also think that women, while we kind of discussed men are more like fact based and like more the tangible piece of people, I think women like to use it to better explain things
When
that
a man
happens,
is doing stupid
whether
ass
it's
shit.
like good, bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, women like to have so much control over things, and with reading those, they feel like they have an insight and can predict or prepare for something
Mm-hmm.
with the horoscopes.
I think,
Or if something shitty happens, they can explain it away as
I knew I
horoscope
should have dated that
astrology.
Taurus because
Yep.
my horoscope told me the Tauruses were not for me, but I wanted to try. They said the Libras was for me,
Yeah, I think
or they
sometimes
said that I don't know all the signs. What Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Aries, Capricorn. That's all I got.
Sagittarius, Aquarius,
hmm
Pisces. I think that.
Did I say Gemini?
Mhm. Mhm.
Is there another one? How many is there?
Scorpio, Libra. I think you said Libra.
Yeah, I don't know where any of those months
So
are.
Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra, Gemini. I think it might be go Gemini, Libra.
Are you going backwards from December?
No, I was going. So it's I was so Capricorn encompasses December and January,
Mm-hmm.
and then Aquarius is January, February. I think Pisces is around March, April,
Aries is
and
April.
then
No.
Ar-
March is I mean Aries is end of March, beginning of April. I know that for a
Okay.
fact because those are ones I don't talk to.
and then okay, then maybe Taurus is April to May. 'Cause I know the beginning of May is Taurus,
Okay.
and then after Taurus, that's May at the end of May into June.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where Pisces has to be. I think Pisces is towards the big front portion of the year, and then end of June,
Cancer.
beginning of July. Well, Gemini's in there too.
So Gemini would have to be beginning then, because the end of
Because 17th and 19th of June.
so that means
is
Gemini
Gemini.
is the end of May, beginning of June then. So your
Okay,
Pisces
depending on
is
yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Cancer,
Cancer.
because that's me, so I know that.
And there's Scorpio,
Leo.
Leo, Libra.
Because
No.
Leo is my sister.
It's a whole shit ton of them, bro. I didn't even realize how many there were.
And Leo is August time frame.
Yeah, 'cause I'm trying to think is Mercedes. I think is a Libra, and that's end of September.
And mid October.
And then October to November is Scorpio, and November to December is Sag.
Then it's like 12 of them bitches.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why the fuck they just didn't give one
Per month?
fucking month.
That would make more sense. Way more
I'm
sense.
so proud of us. We just named all of them.
You did. I helped you a little bit based on the ones that I knew. I helped you with 3 of them. I knew them.
I knew that.
Those are ones I know for a fact. Other than that, well, I know Capricorn, like I said, because of you, but I also don't know when it starts or ends. I just know your birthday is Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I have 0 idea. I'm terrible with it. That's what I said. I can't really give too much credit to it. I don't really say I can believe in it. I guess maybe a little bit because, like I said, Aries is ones that are just not for my life. I have learned we don't mesh well together. But that's about it. That's the one that I know for a fact. If a man came up to me and said automatically, I deal based on signs and I am a Aries and what are you? I would just say, you don't need to know because Aries don't even work with my life.
Yeah. Nah.
Aries are individuals.
Yeah. Well, you know
That
yeah.
wraps it up.
There's not many men who even have that even conversation saying that, I don't date this type of woman because of the signs. I think women use it more frequently as a excuse or reasoning tool, either to do something, not to do something, or what have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I think that does another episode for us.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in to Like I Was Saying podcast. And remember to share, like, subscribe, comment to read by D.
And like we always say, life is tough, my dear, but so are
you.
Bitch,
and
you're not gonna deliver. You're trash as hell.
You.
Fuck you.
And just remember that each of you are beautiful, and to never stay
stagnant.
Just like she said, stagnant. Just like that. In your motherfucking life. Bye, lovely.
Bye, guys.